it's me again. Not as much vigor being underneath all the snow, I know. I think it's very interesting that I had to get this off my chest for a little bit. And totally, I think it's like one of those times, people. And this is funny. Especially funny how people don't understand. And most men, when they fail, there's no sympathy for us. And I had to tell this to a very good friend of mine who happened to be a black female, one of my best friends who's a lesbian, get mad and block me on Facebook Messenger and her phone because I asked her this question. When do men are okay with the decisions they make, whoever they lay with, but when do the other party get penalized as hard as the men? When do men get reprieve? When do they get sympathy? If a man's starving, it's going to take an act of God to feed him. I want you to think about that, right? If a man's having a bad day, who's going to sit down and comfort him? Are we allowed to have bad days? See, daddy can't fail on Christmas. Okay? Follow me for a second. There's never going to be any reprieve from the stress daddy receives. There's never going to be any, I understand, daddy. It's going to be a, you got to make it happen, daddy. The only way that I'm going to get this if you do it, daddy. I want you to think about this. And I want you to really think well. Because I'm about to say some really red pill, black pill, sugar, honey, iced tea. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. What's up, Hannibal? What's up, Afro National? What's up, myself? Donnie Mac, Kills, Son is Hot Raw, T Riddler. What's up? I'm gonna really paint this picture because the other day I had my son in the Padawan talking about mental health and that some people need to talk to a psychiatrist. They have to. They need a person that does not know them from a can of paint to give them an honest evaluation. And the worst part about it is this. A lot of men are ashamed to go out and get the help because we know there's no sympathy. We know there is no justice. There is no honor. There's only us. Do you know how many black females that I know personally who would not feel a goddamn thing? for a black man trying to make it. They wouldn't care if you're on child support. They don't care because it's so easy for a black male to be swept under the rug. I know it's going to be heavy for everybody. I know that everybody's situation is different. That is cool with me. That is certainly cool. But does that allow us to renege on our responsibilities? Do we get the reprieve? Do we get the understanding that we might fail? And the answer is going to be no. The answer is going to be no. Sorry. No. Nobody cares. You can go to hell. Well, yeah, you're going to be toxic as hell. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Little restless, little snowed in, but I'm good to go. Excuse me. I just want you to realize this. Because there's probably a man that needs to hear this. I think if you give your best and you give the old college try at least once or twice, maybe 3 times, you did your good service, soldier. I had to tell a very good friend of mine all the shit you went through with child custody, child support. Not being able to see your child. I could never, I could never blame you for walking away and waiting till your child becomes 18 to tell them the whole story. I had to give him his flowers, and I had to tell him, I understand you get frustrated. I understand you need to vent, but you carry that shit with such dignity. And I got to give you your flowers. Lesser men than you would have deleted themselves. But I also have to say this, and this is going to my friend. When do black men have any sympathy? Do they have reprieve? Do they get your undying respect? And the answer is going to be no, because you'll always put the blame on him. You'll always say he needed to pick better, but you'll never say, okay, this person who keeps you away from the child, obviously they do not prioritize fathers for their children. But as always, he should have picked better. But if you juxtapose that to the female side of things, it's always, well, I was young, I was caught up in love. I'm starting to think that the more criminality that you have in your heart, the more sympathy your own women will give you. I want you to think about this. You can work straight for 5, 10, 15 years and lose your job. And that woman will leave you within 30 to 180 days. But how many women will keep constantly, and I mean constantly, repetitively, put money on the books on a nigga that's locked up today. I'm gonna tell you the weird thing about my culture, and no one likes to talk about, folks. No one likes to talk about this. If a black man goes to college or to the military, that chick will cheat on him left and right. There, I said it. If that black man goes to college, that woman will cheat on him left and right. I've seen it too many times. I've heard the stories. I've even asked the questions. Even when I did the interviews. If you're saying you can't find good men and all you had was drug dealers and scammers to date, these two young men who were 20 and 22, they literally made anywhere from 25 to $50 an hour. Why aren't you knocking down their doors for them? You know why? I'm going to tell you a little dirty little secret. There's some people out there who look for someone to love them so much that they don't even have to bother of returning it. They don't even have to bother returning such love. There is no reciprocity in that so-called relationship. There, I said it. There's some people who love the other so much that the one person doesn't even bother with the reciprocity. Bars. Bars. You got more women visiting dudes than they will go visit their boyfriends in college or the military base. I said it. You want somebody to love you so much that you don't even have to bother with the reciprocity. You don't want them to grow. You don't want to nurture. You don't want to flower. You don't have any sympathy, let alone empathy. See, men, black men especially, lived off of this one rule. What have you done for me lately? You can't ever have a bad day, black man. Let you be a single father out there. And you ever notice that 99% of single fathers don't even refer to themselves as single fathers? Get that. Have you ever noticed that? We kind of look at it as a badge of shame to be a single father. I would never call myself a single father. Even if his mother wasn't around, I would never call myself that. Nobody ever asks you if you're okay. I had to really tell a female friend of mine when she tried to complain on me. I started complaining to her. I said, I noticed you never ask how I'm doing. How's your day? You never let me vent. You never let me get off steam. So she was like, "Oh, you're right. I didn't do it. I haven't asked you in a while." Yeah. See how the world fucking works? It's not all about you. Men are so goddamn selfless that we will work, we will starve, we will cut off our limbs and eat them just so the kid can eat. But yet, we sit in front of some damn person on top of a bench like he's mounted by God Almighty Himself, with all the subterfuge of your behavior and your conduct as a parent. And that person who doesn't know you from a can of paint gets to decide that you get to be a visitor, not a parent, but a visitor, a strange visitor to your child. Something that came out of your sack, fellas. Get completely the hell out of here. But where's the empathy? Where's the sympathy? I have to say this. If domestic violence is basically 50-50, and 70% of the time in the black community, the woman's the aggressor and or the agitator, the one who starts it. We have a domestic violence shelter for women and children called the House of Ruth. Where's the male equivalent of the House of Ruth? I'll answer that for you. There isn't one. When a man gets beaten up and he's running away from his significant other, it's a joke. It's comical. It's humor. Even if he just pushes that woman away from him, you'll see 5, 10 brothers ready to beat him down, only because he's holding her so he doesn't get struck again. You might not even get a homeless shelter. You might not get it. Sometimes there are homeless shelters that are overran. Where's your reprieve? You know, every Easter they say, "Death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Where is your victory?" I like to add a third one. Oh, black man, where's your reprieve? Oh, black man, where's your reciprocity? You would think in some cosmic fortune that the person who built this country would actually get some type of reprieve and stability in it. But no, no, you can never fail. Black man, don't you even dare fail. We got a place for you that's called jail. We got a better place than that. That's called prison. No, 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 no. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We don't even give reprieve from each other. That's how bad it's become. We don't even get reprieve from one another. What's the status quo for black men greeting other black men? Death, violence, hatred, malice, mayhem. I'm going to say it again. Oh, black man. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Oh, grave, where is thy victory? Oh, black man, where is thy empathy? It's amazing, right? What did the Joker say in the Killing Joke? All you need is one bad time, one bad day. to go insane. One bad action. Just one. Just one. We'll hear constantly on how weak we are. We'll, we'll hear how dusty we are, but not one goddamn creature in the face of Earth or in the universe itself has the resolve and the intestinal fortitude that black men have. We protected a country that literally hated us and still does. We still make strides. We'll still make wonders. You wonder why it hurts to be a black man waking up sometimes. It hurts sometimes being that guy who got to tell you, I can't get it for you now, buddy. But later on the line, I got you. It hurts being a black man trying to find work, and all you want to do is see your child. But because this bitch think you owe her like tax, like the IRS, she plays games with the courts, and not a goddamn thing is done about it. The rules do not apply to thee. It's a damn shame. There's several black men I know who couldn't even see their children on their birthday. They couldn't see the children on New Year's. They couldn't see their children on Christmas. And it's not because these are horrible men, abusive men. It's because of one insufferable, disgusting bitch. To call that individual or these individuals by any other word would be actually a disservice to cursing. But no, what does the court tell you? Try harder. But when you crack, when you go nutty, and this is the reason why you get serial killers, active shooters, terrorists, and all kinds of crazed individuals. Because it's fun to push that guy off the deep edge. The courts don't even offer men what, therapy. Don't even offer the kids therapy. Oh, throw money at it. Throw money at it. But then you wonder why, when these kids become teenagers, you're wondering why they become hellions. Shout out to Dre for the $10 holler. Don't come to me as the goddamn sheriff when you can't intimidate this child anymore. Don't do that. Don't come to me when you have no way of controlling this child anymore. Let's not do that. I'm not good enough to establish a relationship. I'm not good enough to preside over my Oh yeah, that's why I said leadership, boy. Appreciate you. I'm not good enough to decide how my child should be raised. I'm only good enough to pay for a vagina that I'm not using anymore. Once again, grave, where is thy sting? Excuse me. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? O black man, where is thy empathy? Where is thy sympathy? Where is your reprieve? Where is your reciprocity? This is how I know there's nothing stronger than a black man on God's green earth. Because we just snapped this motherfucking place in half already if we weren't. We would have tore America from sea to signing sea. Look what happens when other race of men don't get their way. Look what happens. They become a threat to society. They become a danger to themselves and others. The black men will go in there disappointed, brokenhearted, shivering, crying, exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and drive the fuck on. But once again, where's your sympathy? It's almost as guaranteed as death and taxes that you are going to be you're going to be the lowlies. You're going to be the bottom rung of the ladder of the socioeconomic platform. There is no love for you. There is no respect. This is how you know, especially for black men, the game is rigged. When your women date outside of you, there is no requirements for them to be you. This motherfucker can't hold a goddamn candle to a shoestring to you. And just because he's a certain hue, he gets all the reprieve, the respect. I want you to figure this shit out, right? This is how disrespected you are. When they come to you, they got the colorful neon pink blonde hair and all this crap with the long Freddy Krueger fingernails looking like Sabretooth from Marvel Comics. They got the attitude, they're ready to fight, but as soon as they go with a man from a different race, what do you see? You see natural hair. You don't see, you see the docile female attitude. That's how you know it's done purposely. Because if they're able to switch it up, then they know that it's something different. Makes you think, doesn't it? Where's your respect? Where's your love? Black men are like those dudes on the Titanic movie. We're still playing in the band. The ship's going down. Still got to be faithful. Think about that. Forever faithful. Fighting to the last breath. But women around the world get upset when we say, never again, never again shall I be disrespected. Never again will I be taken advantage of. Never again will I look at myself as the bottom rung. I shall for now and forever hold my head up high. See, when you start getting some confidence and some self respect, that's when the world really hates you. Okay? That's when the world really hates you. When you can walk out of a vagina, when you could walk out and say, you know what, this is not worth it. I'd rather have my self respect than a wet penis. Now you become the enemy of the state. And that's the problem. You started thinking, you started giving a damn. Come on, stick with me now. Think about this. You're not even something that's worthy of praise. It, it's it's what it is. For those of you who haven't guessed it now, the life of a black man is a man who smiles even though there's a permanent cloud that flies over him. Because people have their misconceptions of you. They're either afraid of you or they're looking for a reason to attack you, preemptive strike. I mean, what else do you expect them to do? You took his kids, you took half his check. You got a lot of brothers this past holiday, these past 2 or 3 holiday weeks, who spent them alone because he's alienated from his family. Maybe his brother or his favorite sister died. I mean, I want you to really think about this for a second. What other race of people will raise their hand to say, I will trade spots with you being a black man in America. I'll wait. Everybody wants to emulate the black man, except the struggle. Everybody wants to emulate it, except the struggle. I want you to think about this, folks. How many brothers out there lonely? Nobody to talk to, nobody hug them, nobody to say it's going to get better. I believe me. I mean, how many men have missed their children on Christmas, been robbed of the little things, passed over promotions? But when we talk about it, we're crying. I really want you to take the time to think about it. There are people I personally know who did not get to see their children on Christmas. But we're supposed to just pat them on the back and say, better luck next time, pal. There are men right now who went through countless times of training and schooling who are being told for so many years, you're underqualified. You need some experience. Now that he's got the training and the experience and he outranks her, I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about that. That reprieve, that time. There's shit that he'll never get back. You're right, LAPD SWAT. You're fighting a war on two fronts. I'm just looking at it, man. I want you to think about this. We live in a day where a man is interchangeable Kids are most vulnerable in a broken house. I really want you to think about that. Being told you're overqualified, even though you spent 10, 15 years prior of being told you need experience. It's amazing. That reprieve that you're supposed to have. That honor. A little bit of peace we find in a gym, a video game console with our children. It's never going to even out. That's sad, you know? So damn sad. Working on a PC for next week or fixing my laptop. Yeah, there's no reprieve. There's hardly any justice. I want you to think about that. I had a friend from nearly 30 years block me from her phone and Facebook Messenger. Awful when I asked that. When did the other party suffer like we suffer? You always said we gotta be responsible, pick well. We're okay with that. We're past that. When do I get to see my damn child? I've never, ever, ever, ever heard this a protest from women about we protested for the good men. Where's that? But yeah, we're supposed to believe you. I'm not even speaking from a place of hatred. I'm actually being quite humorous. Wish I could be facetious, but I just can't. I just have to ask that question once again. What does a black man get for the cost of his life? What does he get? I can't believe people will get so upset that they'll block you off their phone and their messenger because they didn't want to answer a straight question and give a straight answer. Not one time. Not one time. I'm still wondering who's going to take the reprieve? Who's going to take away the pain? Look at this space. We don't even get credited for keeping men from off the wall, keeping them sane, letting them know that you're not the crazy person out here that only sees it. We all do. We don't even get that. I want you to really focus on that notion, man. Focus on that shit. Mm-mm. I'm just looking at all the names in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody's here. You know, I used to do numbers, but I'm just grateful people show up. From the bottom of my heart, I really am. You know why? Hmm. We appreciate you and men like you, so man. I want you to think about that, man. Excuse me. Trying to stay warm and focused on this inclement weather issue. I really just want black men to know you're not crazy. You're not insane. You're not the only person who sees and observes what's going on. I want you to think about that. Huh. I want you to think about this, man. I just want you to put yourself out there, man. Huh. What's 40 Celsius? Negative 40 Celsius. Jesus Christ. Jesus. What part of Canada do you live in? That is truly the goddamn frozen tundra, man. Shit. Huh, huh, huh. 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 So, man, so I can't tell you how many times I've been told to give up what I'm doing because it's a hobby. See? No encouragement. Not one, not one. It's called fuck you, layover, die. One more chance, right? It's hard sometimes to get your thoughts. It's hard to really get your thoughts together on shit like this. Well, I'm congested a little bit, folks. It's the damn weather going in and up. 1 minute it's 40, 50. Next minute it's 20 something. And when you actually start to notice what happens, you just wonder, why don't we just give up? Mm-mm. It's very painful, folks. Do you think that you and other content creators will be silenced with the new federal laws governing the web and internet? Time will tell. See, I'm glad you asked that question because why do you think they brought down Andrew Tate? He was getting to the boys. Think about it. I'm glad Shatterstar told you this. I want you to think about it. Let's do the math. With 4,020 subscribers, how many live viewers should I have right now? I have channels that have people just falling asleep in my column section. I have channels of people who just put different heads on action figures and stop motioning them around. Makes you feel bad when you're interchangeable, man. We are truly interchangeable. You got 40. You got 4,010. Hmm. 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 Interchangeable, inconceivable. Excuse me. Change the weather. You got 4,000 subscribers. The most I had today was 35 live viewers, even in the daytime. Half the country, half the Northeast is blanketed with a goddamn snowstorm, so I know you got time. Huh. Attention Brick Lady has been in contact with Monel X. It sounds like he's gonna bring her in. I don't know. I want you to think about that. She lied on black men doing such egregious shit to her. And then, uh, 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 Man, I know. I know a lot of people said it sounds like this, but I'm very congested. So I'm trying to do the best that I can. I just want to make you think about that, right? It's not too much reprieve if you want to go out here and be great, black man. It's not too much going on. So I want you to go out there, be the best that you can. I really want you to. I really want you to actually know that there's somebody who's rooting for you. Somebody who wants you to be out there shining. And for God's sakes, always demand your respect. Whether winning, losing, whatever you feel as though it needs to be done, demand it. Stop allowing others to dictate to you your purpose, your meaning. And I just wanted to end it on that note. Just stay your course. So, I want you to think about it. You got to stay the course. Pan African Hannibal said, "Thanks, brother. Speak on it." Man, my family values the drug dealers in the family. Meanwhile, me getting degrees, achieving things, getting that recognition. Don't even think about recognition, man. Sometimes you just got to do what makes you happy, what makes you sane. And don't forget to tell your kids the same lesson. You're not going to please everybody, and nor you shouldn't. You should not. You should not be desperate for anybody's love and attention. Let me get out of here so I can enjoy some of your favorite content creators, man. Sometimes I just pause and think and be like, damn, do people get what I'm saying with these messages? And I had to remember the white ones do. Well, yeah, please. Do a live stream, man. I think we need to get some things off our chest and some frustration. And that's really the first part about this space is really to let other black men know that they're not crazy. Get some things off your chest. Don't hurt yourself or others. Utilize that energy that can benefit you, that benefits you. Uh-uh-uh. You should have tried to start, man. Let me get out of here speaking my piece. Try to clear up this goddamn congestion, man. Later. Woo!